Round three team. We are live doing a little underdog. Just underdog show, trying to find value. Just looking at different spots. We are gonna open up on UFC Vegas 115, the prelims here, with a fight that was recently added. Is that correct, Chase? Talk to me, buddy.
Yeah. So, just looking at this right now and kind of researching, it looks like this is just thrown together maybe sometime this week, or maybe it was planned for another card and something got moved around. Not 100% sure, but it looks like both of these guys are debuting in the UFC as of right now, it seems like. But it's Dakota Hope and Kai Kamaka. Kamaka, he's fought all over the place. He's kind of more of a veteran guy, fought in PFL. I think he was in the PFL tournament at welterweight as well. His last big fight was against Brandao for a championship, and that was Diego Brandao, and then also lost that. And I remember watching that fight, and it was really Brandao kind of being Brandao. Kamaka couldn't get off as much. That being said, from just looking at this fight as it is as a whole, I think they brought Kamaka in almost to lose, unfortunately. Dakota Hope is 29, but he's on a really hot streak right now, coming from LFA and Fury FC. He did some damage in Fury, and even in LFA, he was kind of getting a couple of he got a couple of decision wins, and he had back-to-back decisions before getting a really nice TKO in Fury. So, I mean, I think this is kind of a coming out for him, and I think that's what they were trying to do. Also, maybe it was a show up, and if Kamaka wins, it'd be good for them as well. So, on paper, it does look like Dakota's got this one in the bag, but in the UFC's eyes, I'm assuming they're like, well, if Kamaka comes out here and does his thing, then it's also good for them because they can build off of that stuff that he's already done anyways.
All right. So now you're saying that you're taking Hope then. You're thinking
Oh
Hope's
yeah,
gonna get this
I'm
fight?
yes, I would take hope on this one. Just because of like he's on. I'm not sure what the fight streak is right now. For him, but it's more than five. He's hot right now. So at
Okay.
least five or more, and it's against pretty tough opponents. And the only thing that I think that could be a hindrance is maybe it's his first time in the UFC. You always get those hiccups, but I have Dakota for this win for sure.
All right. Well, he's sitting at a plus 134 right now. So, which I know
Okay.
you probably didn't even know that.
Nope.
So, because I know you're just looking at the card, and I got the odds pulled up. So, all right. So, there's value there according to Chase. Let's move on. I did earlier. I did a little underdog show the other day. The audio was terrible, so I had to scrap it. And I was reading odds that were off of
Mhm.
Google and that weren't accurate. So I liked Diana Barbosa as an underdog, but she's not an underdog. Melissa Gatto is, and Melissa Gatto is sitting at a plus 110. So do you know anything about Melissa Gatto or Diana Barbosa?
Not so much on either of those. I know we talked about them the other day. I should have checked them out after we were talking. But that being said, just looking at records alone, I mean, it's the tail to take between a 9-2 versus an 8-4, right? It looks like Gatto's actually got a couple KOs too, win TKOs, which ain't too bad. I mean, on paper, I don't know. I've seen Barboza fight before. She's usually a little bit meaner. I don't know.
Yeah.
Girls is kind of catching the wind when it comes to that stuff. But when you got somebody who's able to hit and sit down on their punches and some highlights that are popping up for her right now that I can see, yeah, she knows how to throw some punches. I don't know. I don't know. That one's gonna be your world, brother, on this one because I don't know too much about either female.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched clips and bits and pieces. I know I've seen Melissa Gatto fight. I've
Yeah,
watched almost every card for the past 5, 6 years. They just all blend together after a while. But Diana
yeah,
Barbosa, I like her this week. I like her to at least bank the first few rounds. Melissa Gatto is a really big underdog, though. I'm not a big
okay,
underdog, but a a liked underdog
okay,
by the public this week. So I like Barbosa. I think she's just
mhm,
a little bit sharper with the striking, and I think she'll be able to fend off any kind of takedown attempts from Gatto. But we'll see
okay,
how it plays out. My boy, UFC Dog Picks, he likes Gatto this week, so he's been he's been all over people in his comment section, kind of protesting for Gatto. So we'll see how that one plays
okay,
out. Um, we're not gonna. I don't want to go down the whole card. Just kind
Yeah.
of want to go where there's value at. I mean, just this next fight kind of makes me laugh. Trayshawn Gore, I didn't really,
Oh, dude,
I don't know
that's
how you feel
yeah.
about him
Immediately,
or
I was just about to laugh, and I was gonna cut it before you even got into it. So me and you were on the same page. I was gonna be like, "Do we really need to talk about this one?"
no,
It's like,
no,
come on, man. I mean,
no.
if what's the odds on that? Anyways, what do you got? Because I want to hear. I want to laugh about this one.
It is. They got
2000.
Osman Bakoyev is a minus, almost a minus 700, minus
Okay. Okay.
650.
All right. So
So
there's not
I
too much
mean,
disrespect. I mean, hey, man, lottery's real. Lottery's real. If you want to take a bet and put $10 on Gore, you might end up making making a little bit of money. If you want to have
yeah,
some
I
fun,
mean,
somebody go out
right.
there, put it on knockout.
Taking
Who knows?
and I knockout or submission. I mean, let's look here. Um, Trayshawn Gore by KO or sub is plus 800. So
I mean, even just put him down to win, guys. I mean, hey,
right.
I'm crazy. You might be crazy too. Just put $10 on him. Just see what happens.
He's
I'm not
got
saying.
he's got a front choke, a guillotine, right? That's the submission alone's plus 1300.
Hey,
So
you know,
I don't know.
let's go USA.
All right, let's move on from that. So next fight is actually one that I am on the underdog in this. When I was going back and forth, I wasn't sure.
Okay,
Haley Cohen versus Alice Pereira. I don't know if
right.
it's Alice or Elise. I keep saying Elise. I don't know. It's just because she's Brazilian. I just have a weird feeling it's Elise. But yeah, Elise Pereira versus Haley Cohen. I don't know how you feel about this one, but there's a 14-year age gap, and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go with the experience. Haley Cohen's been around. Elise Pereira dropped
Right.
her first UFC fight, and I can't remember who it was to. I only watched highlights from it. It was earlier on in the card.
Mhm.
Just extremely hyped. She was only 19 at the time. I'm sure the leaps and bounds, as you know, as a young fighter, it's going to be great. So she could show up in this fight looking much better than before. But I just got to go with. I mean, it's not like a 25-year-old and a 40-year-old. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
20-year-old and a 34-year-old. So I'm gonna trust just that age gap. So what do you see here, Chase?
I know Cohen a little bit. I'm pretty sure I had some people that are from Michigan that are training with her currently, and they're a part of like pseudo Thai. I might be wrong,
Okay.
but I've seen actually some clips of her. If it's the same person, I know it's somebody in the UFC, and they were complaining about the fighter travel and stuff like that, which we can go back over a little bit too towards the end because I found out
Sure,
some more facts
sure.
about that through the grapevine
Yeah,
and,
we
and
can go over
UFC shit.
we can go over a couple news topics. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna blow through this card. We're just gonna try to
That's
find
what I kind
value
of
on it.
figured.
But yeah, but go
Okay.
ahead.
From what I've seen though, she is training at a really like high level. I hate to say it like this, but like a kung fu style, and they're pretty good with the way they do it. They say they're
Okay.
really jujitsu gym, but I mean their stand up's where it's at. If you ask me, at least with the athletes that they have. If that's the case, then we might be seeing something different from Cohen. Um, I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with you on that one. Like, number one, the age gap. I think a 20-year-old coming in to fight a 34-year-old, I think the experience usually gets you a little bit farther. And if she's a part of that gym, we might be seeing something completely new from her in particular. But when you get down to it, and I always say this, it's the females again, right? So whatever rules and whatever things we talk about with males where it's like, oh, a 20, 34-year-old, and there's that gap where you can see like the experience taking over, it's out the window. It's girls.
Yeah,
Like, whatever we're thinking,
I
it's out the window.
agree.
So it's like to take an underdog as a girl fight, go ahead. Might as well. Honestly, it really doesn't shake too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cohen's sitting at a plus 110. I mean, it's close enough to even money. So
Yeah.
um next fight, Alexandre Costa, Stuart Nickel. I don't really. I think it's kind of a squash match. I didn't even know Stuart Nickel was still in the UFC. So
Right. Yeah. That one's I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're posting Costa all over the UFC's page and everything else, like he's the next hot guy. So
yeah,
maybe they're trying to push him at 125.
that's what they want. And I think that because I thought Stuart Nickel was supposed to retire in his last fight. It was supposed to be like a double retirement. I can't remember who he fought. Should do you have records up
Let
right
me see.
now?
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me get you real quick, bro. Because as soon as I say it, you'll probably know. Yeah, it was oh no, don't scroll down. It is Lucas Rocha.
We'll go before that. Maybe I'm thinking of the
Before
wrong.
that was
Okay.
Aguilar. Jesus
Okay.
Aguilar,
You know
and he
what?
lost both of them.
I could be thinking of the wrong person. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Stuart Nickel probably isn't even that old, is he? How
No, he's
old is
31.
Stuart Nickel? Yeah,
31,
no, I'm
and he was undefeated going into his last two fights. He lost by sub, and then he lost by unanimous decision. So he was
I
8-0.
apologize. I had
You're
someone
good,
else
bro.
on, but I don't know who I was thinking of.
I
So yeah,
yeah,
let's go ahead and move on from that. That I
that's
feel
cool.
like that's kind of a setup match.
And
But
I think
you
it's
never
gonna
know.
really push Costa. By the way, it looks where UFC keeps on promoting him through commercials and stuff.
But like I mean, like you said though, I mean, hey, this is fighting. You never know. I mean, a plus 300. And
Yeah, especially at
you know,
125.
if you exactly, if you're a Stuart Nickel fan, you know he's your buddy or something. Go ahead. You know what I mean. Next
Yeah.
fight: Lando Venata and Darius Flowers. Darius Flowers is sitting at a plus 184.
Mm. I got Venata. I'm gonna be honest.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's
he's
gonna be
just
my
high
breakdown.
action. He switches stance really well. I mean, didn't I'm pretty sure he's got one of the highlights for spinning back kicks as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
I'm not
got him with the
100% about.
finish.
I'd have to go back and look, but I know he's like we talked about in our last show, he's
Yeah,
not that active, and I feel like that's
no.
probably why he's gonna come out here very hot. And I said in my breakdown, Venato's not very active, but
Mhm.
Darius Flowers is not a very good fighter. So
Right.
if you ask me, so I mean, do you see any
Yeah, I
value
mean,
in the
I would
plus
have to agree. I
184?
think they might be even trying to put him on here because like this card isn't so strong. I think they might even trying to be putting him on here just to get a highlight at this
Yeah,
point against
yeah.
a fighter that's like of equal value, so that maybe he could get a highlight because he's had these tougher fights lately.
This was on my fight to watch. This was one of my fights to watch, actually. This fight was, I think I had 4 or 5 of them. Whenever you get a chance, go ahead and check out my breakdown tomorrow or whenever you're free. But yeah, I had the Trayshawn Gore fight on my fight to watch, and then this was the
Mhm.
next one. Fanato and Darius Flowers. I just feel like it could be a nice back and forth, you know, because Darius Flowers just puts himself in bad situations, puts himself in harm's way to kind of, try to make things happen. So,
Mhm.
on to the next fight. Well, I guess I'll ask you: do you see any value at all in a plus 185 there with Darius Flowers?
Ooh, personally, I just Flowers is like you said. I think with him putting himself in such bad positions, Venato, like he's a fighter of nutrition less, right? I guess like we'll do a nerd talk real quick. You're talking with the guy who does a bunch of different stuff, anime all the way to Magic the Gathering, right? So I'm gonna bring up an MTG thing, so this will be funny. You got something called plus one counters, and you got stuff that is minus one counters. When you got
Okay.
somebody like Venato, he gets hit, he gets dragged in those deep waters. That's where he loses these fights. Flowers, I don't see him taking him to the deep waters. He's not a minus one counter guy. So Venato, he's gonna
Okay.
explode in those situations, and that's when you're gonna see those like highlights that he does get. So if it was somebody a little bit tougher, you had somebody that's like withstand and be there and like kind of drag him into the deep waters and hit him a bit, then
Right.
maybe. But this matchup is kind of tailored towards him.
Okay. Let's move on. Um, Gumhair Pat versus Thomas Peterson. It's basically even money. This is the only heavyweight fight on the card, so I do kind of want to touch on it.
Okay.
Pat's got a lot of power. I want to say he's well over 6 foot. He's like 6'4", 6'5".
6'5".
And
Yep.
Peterson's sitting around 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
And Peterson's
Quick
got the
one.
grappling. He's got the grappling edge, but I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a big dude to be grappling. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this matchup? Just real quickly.
On a quick one, probably Pat. I'd give it to Pat
Yeah,
just because of the stuff he's done so far.
yeah. And he's
Yeah.
sitting at a minus 104. So, yeah, I would take. Let's just to have fun here. Him by KO's at a plus 195.
Oh yeah,
And
that sounds fair. I'd actually take that too, honestly.
yeah, and if you want to have some fun with it, in the first round, it's plus 500. So,
Ooh, that's
or
good for a heavyweight. I would run that all day.
yep. And then the second round plus 800, third round plus 1100. So if you think Peterson can hang in there, there you go. There you might see some value in those. which people are saying they think it can go late with Peterson leaning on that
Really?
grappling. So
Okay. I mean,
never
because
know.
me personally, if I was going to bet on it, this is my money. I would do the first round, but
Yeah,
I don't see
same.
it making it that long for either fighter with both their styles. Maybe second round, but like third round, no.
Right.
There's no way.
Right. That's fair enough. All right. On to the next one. Jose Delano and Robert Rachula. This one is one that my boy UFC Dog Picks, he got me
Yeah.
researching again because I needed to go refresh my memory. And once I saw
Mhm.
he fought William Gomes, Rachula
Okay.
did last year, and he lost. But I mean, Gomes is man, what weight class is this? Help me out.
It is 45.
Right, it's 145, and Gomes is
Mhm.
6 foot. So 6 foot 140, but just the length and he was not weighing 145 on fight night. I promise you that. So just the length of Gomes was, he had a hard time with, but he still took Gomes down and was competitive in that fight. And I want to say that was his UFC debut. It's going to be a fun matchup because Jose Delano, he's a very good
Hold up.
striker in his own right.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Delano, they changed his opponent.
did they?
Yes, I'm looking at this right now. That's why I was a little confused because you said Gomes is his opponent now.
No. Rachula fought
With
Gomes.
Chulo.
I'm
Okay.
talking about. I'm sorry. I was
Oh,
over.
no, no, no. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I just wanted to correct you
Right.
real
No,
quick because
no.
I thought I fucked
Yeah.
up.
No, thank you. No, that's fine. Yeah, Robert Rachula. What he
And he's
fought.
5'10"
Yeah,
on this
and
website too.
that's
So he's
that.
still
I'm
tall,
glad
dude.
you said
Like
that.
his range is very long. So like I think that's another thing too. Like when you do that height, even if it's 5'10" compared to like 6 foot, that range difference is pretty good. He's got a
Yeah,
72-inch range, but like looking at his build just from photos and stuff from highlights, his legs are insanely long. So if he keeps it back on the feet, then we're going back to that same thing we were talking about before, where that height is going to be able to play.
I am just a bit curious because you might be able to do a little digging on this one too. Maybe
Yes, what we want to look
not
up.
maybe not during, but just off air we can talk about it. Three different areas from between UFC, Google, and like Tapology or Sure
Yeah,
Dog, one of them. Three different heights. 5'8", I've seen
really.
5'8", I've seen 5'7", I've seen 5'10" for
No,
Rachula. Yeah, so I don't know how tall he is. I don't. I think
no,
he looks like he's
yeah,
5'10".
yeah,
He
yeah.
was when he was fighting Gomes, he didn't, Gomes is like I said was 6 foot, and
Mm-hmm.
Rachula was a little bit short. He didn't seem like he was that much
Could
shorter
be
than him though. So
posture.
yeah, yeah.
Because I
It's
got a
I just
student who's like that. He's like you'd think he's like 5'8", but then like he stood up next to me one day,
yeah
and I was like, "Oh, you're 6 foot. What the?"
yeah right. So yeah, I like Rachula's value here though. He's almost a plus 300, plus 270. I
Yeah,
mean, he's gonna have the size. Jose Delano, um, solid striker, great takedown defense. But he really
but
just
for his
throws one shot
build,
at a time.
but yeah, I would agree with the Richella like decision personally, just because like when you talk about Delano, like his fighting style for his structure, he fights way too like heavy for how he's built. Like
Yes,
he should be like a
I agree.
Moicano or not Moicano, Roofy style where he's like a little bit more loose, a little bit more
Lighter on his
floaty.
feet.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree with you on that.
No, I'm with you. That's one that yeah, I like Rachula after, and that was doing more. I wasn't sure at first, but after digging into that one more, after watching a little bit of content this week, yeah,
Mhm.
Rachula is one of my favorite underdogs this week. So lock him in at plus
Yeah.
270. Go ahead and do that. Tommy McMillan versus Manal. Help me out, Chase.
Zichi, I would say Zichi, bro. Say screw it. I don't even know how to say his first name. You're better than me. So
Zichi. Yeah, just
yeah.
yeah. I can't do the first name there.
I
I
would
want to say
say I would, dude. I
Manalo.
mean, Tommy's okay. They're gonna build him up. He's and I mean, Zizi's not bad. The biggest thing that I have a problem with, and I was talking to you about this before, and I was already gonna go with him, right? But looking into his profile when he fought last, brother, the guy hasn't fought since September 2nd, 2023.
Really?
And that's where I'm like, hold up a
Uh-oh.
minute. Because like
Okay.
literally I was like, all right, let me look on Instagram for this dude. And like I looked at him, he had some heavy, heavy hands. heavy hands, bro. And I'm like, all right, awesome. And then like we were just talking, I'm like, cool. I got Zichi. I was super confident. And then I looked at the stats, and then like I've been kind of keeping track, so it's a little bit easier. And I look, and it looks September 2nd. His last fight was a loss too at the Gon versus Stipe, or no, not Gon versus Stipe. It was, what card was it?
Oh
It was
gosh.
Gon versus Spivak. So like,
Oh
brother,
yeah.
what are
Yeah,
you
that was a long time
doing?
ago. Yeah,
Like
Spivak's got a
that's
lot better
so
since then.
long.
Yeah, shout
But
out Spivak real quick. Not to sidetrack you, but
yeah,
Spivak
yeah, go.
was he? I want to say Spivak was our very first underdog lock of the week on round 3. So
Oh,
shout out
sick.
Sergey Spivak. Yeah, he I took him over Ante D'Elia. His striking in the fight before against
Yeah,
Cortez Acosta
Costa.
just, yeah, it caught my eye, and
Mhm.
I knew he was going to come in with that same look, and he got it done. So to just stay on track. So you're talking about Giacchini, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He hasn't fought in almost 3 years.
3 years, bro. Yeah, almost like
Wow,
two and a
and then
half,
it was a
literally.
loss. It was
And
a
it was a
loss.
loss. And it was blah, 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 blah. Let me look real quick because I'm still on there. It was a KO, TKO, KO.
Well,
Where
they're
has it?
bringing him onto the main card to apparently get beat, so they must be paying him a decent amount to come lose. I don't know.
Yeah, especially if it's been 3 years, because usually a guy like that, they would just cut him, or they might have caught him and then brought him back, I guess. But he hasn't fought since then.
Right. I
So,
don't. Yeah, goodness. I would have to I want I'd watch that card, so I almost want to go back
because
and see.
I
But
watched him fight a bunch of times, and I remember watching Zenichi, and then like I said, because I was talking about it so much with you, very happy with the hands, likes to fight in the pocket. Grappling's meh. But that being said, if he's fighting Tommy, if he has a smart camp, take him down, work the grappling there. Because like if you watch Tommy's like contender series fight, almost got decapitated. It was really bad. But it's definitely they did try to favor it for him. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I was originally feeling really confident. Now knowing that he hasn't fought in 3 years or 2.5 years, it's a little different.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't touch anything on this fight. I'm not a fan of not a fan. Yeah, I mean, we're talking minus 1,800. I mean, that's absolutely insane. You're talking those
I
odds.
can't even justify it, bro. Like, and I'm the gambler. I'm the like crazy one out of the group, and it's like if I was gonna bet on that one, it had to be like a couple bucks, bro. It wouldn't like it would have to be spare pocket change.
No, yeah. I mean, I would, I wouldn't touch that at all. I mean, yeah, Tommy McMillan by submission is minus 125. Um,
Mhm.
him by KO is plus 240. So if you think he might just, switch it up, I guess. I
Yeah.
can't say I've seen McMillan fight a bunch. So I don't know. Or if you want to flip the other side, if you're a huge Zassini fan, I mean, you take him by,
Was he on
talking about
knockout?
points, that knockout or points. I mean, it's plus
Yeah.
1,600 and plus 1,700. So
I
if
mean,
you want,
if you want to gamble, and this is just Chase's random chaos thought of the day, you take him on knockout, honestly, because if Tommy wants to fight in that pocket and bang like he normally does, because he's like an aggressive Sean O'Malley, basically.
okay,
You
okay.
could take him by knockout, but it's a pick me fight for Tommy to win. But Zenichi could come in and just like throw a banger of a shot.
Yeah, it's when was McMillan's last fight? Really quick, just a few
He
more seconds.
was last year. I remember that, but he had to take some time off to fix his neck.
I
It
feel like I remember watching him fight.
might have been October.
Was it in the UFC?
It was September. Yeah, it was in. It was no, it was that contender series fight I was telling you about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say was yes. I almost want to go back and watch that fight. All right, moving on. Moving on.
Yep. Yep.
To another one that like when I made my video the other day, I was just mistaken looking at these Google odds. I wanted Ethan Ewing as a underdog. He may have been because dog picks when I was watching his video. I want to say
Yeah.
he called him as an underdog too.
Yeah, they did. Even on
And
his Instagram, they have him as an underdog right now because
really,
he just
okay, so
released a
that
video
flipped
himself.
that flipped fast. That flipped fast because now he's a minus 155, and Rafael Estevan
Ooh.
is a plus 122.
That's wild. Like, not to get crazy eyes, but like, bruh, he's 14-0. Like Ewing, like he looked good his last fight against Wellmaker, and like really good against Wellmaker because I would have bet against him in that fight. But
Excuse me.
like my man's is 14-0. Like I don't know about that one. That's a little wild for me. And and all UFC wins. All UFC wins.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So they got
1,
Ewing as the
2, 3,
favorite
4.
now, and
Dude, my man's
Esteban,
got
yeah,
4
Esteban's the
UFC
underdog.
wins. I don't know about that. I mean, as a dog, I'd go Esteban, and I'm telling you, I want
Yeah,
Ewing to win. Just saying, but like as a dog, that's crazy because he literally just dropped a video of him sparring, and he was saying, "I'm always that dog. I'm always an underdog." It's like, all right, and I literally seen it today, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
cool. They still got him as underdog.
yeah.
All right, whatever. I
I
guess.
was shocked when I saw that. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked when I saw that. So, all right. I mean, so you like Esteban then? You like the
Yeah,
value there?
if he's the underdog, then yes, for sure.
Okay.
Because Ewing was going to be like my border one, where I was like going to be on the fence.
Yeah, I know because I saw him on Fanatics. He was earlier, and I was shocked just looking through it. I was like, wait a minute, I thought he was the underdog, but he wasn't. So
Yeah.
okay, so Chase likes Esteban there. I'm probably just gonna, I'm taking Ewing to win, but overall on that
Mhm.
fight, I'm just gonna probably pass on it sportsbook wise.
Okay.
Abdul Rakhim Yakayev versus Brenison Ribeiro. What do you see here, Trace?
Ah,
This is I mean these are like PFL contender series odds right here.
yeah.
Minus 2,500. Minus
Wow.
2,500 for Yakayev.
Uh,
Plus 900 for Brenison Ribeiro. And now, mind you, Brenison Ribeiro cashed as like a plus 300 last year,
yeah.
and a plus two something in another fight. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. So he's he's not a complete scrub, but they got him priced
No,
that way.
I was gonna say like he lost one, won a couple, lost a couple. I remember him doing okay for a while, especially at
Yeah,
205.
yeah, he's
Like,
scrappy.
yeah. So like I don't them odds are actually more crazy than
Crazy.
even the ones I wouldn't touch this one if I'm being honest. Unless you like I don't know. I guess they're I don't
Let me
know,
see what we
man.
got.
It's like and we got sub and we got a KO. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're
Yeah, I
trying to
mean,
bring him in on a fight card just so more people can get eyes on this Yukayev guy or whatever.
right,
But
right.
I personally wouldn't touch this one because I think
Brenison
your boy
Ribeiro.
might actually like I don't know take him into deep waters because he's fought some people, but Raboyev was good, man. I remember watching him fight. I remember his last loss. I thought that was still a tough fight. So
Yeah. I mean, Brenison, yeah, Ribeiro, I mean, by points plus 2,700.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah,
I always think it's good to look at these huge favorites to look at the other side by decision because
yeah.
it's happened so many times, so many times. You're thinking they're
Mhm.
gonna get this first round knockout, putting all this on, and then all of a sudden it goes all 3 rounds, all 5 rounds. You're like,
Yep.
come on, man. So moving on, co-main event. We're right here at the top. 30,
Sweet.
well, almost right on cue, almost 30 minutes in, right at the top. Perfect, man. Verna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. I have Tabitha Ricci as round three's underdog lock of the week.
Okay, cool. Because that's
So
what I
how
had
do you see
too.
it? Yeah,
Yeah,
she's been going down. She's it's gonna even out, but I caught
yeah.
her at a plus 105
Okay.
on Fanatics. I don't know what everyone else got her at, but she's at a plus 102 on FanDuel, and she's probably gonna end up flipping to the favorite by fight night. So,
Yeah.
but we caught her, so she's our underdog lock of the week. So, what are
Okay.
you seeing on this one, Chase?
Uh, yeah, fight wise, I think Jano or Jan, whatever, cross-eyed woman.
Yeah,
Uh,
Jandiroba.
yeah. The cross-eyed killer. I don't know. She's on a downhill slide, man. I hope she does better. You know, I wish her the best. And obviously, we're joking when we say this stuff. I fight, so I'm allowed to make jokes
Yeah.
like this because she
No,
can go
she's
back and watch me get knocked out if she feels like it, if it makes her feel
right,
better.
right.
So at the end of the day, I'm just joking. But as her fight career, she's just doing a downhill thing. She does this a lot. Like if the momentum's not going her way, you kind of see her start sliding, and I can see that happening in this fight where like Ricci's going to kind of play around. He's not taking advantage. You can see her overstretching, just like the gritty fight she just had with Dern. Like I think Ricci can actually just pull it off. I don't know why. I just have a feeling about this one.
Yeah, I think Ricci's just man, she's just I don't even know. She's just like a little fire hydrant, man. You know, like she's short
Mm-hmm.
and compact and just like she's just so strong, you know. And she can be had in certain grappling situations.
Yeah.
And sure, there's a worry that Jandro could get her to the ground, but I don't rate her takedown offense that high. And I
No.
think Ricci has great takedown defense. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not like Ricci's just she's not a pure striker. She has submissions to her own right. Has plenty of takedowns to her own right over the past 4 or 5 fights, and she's
Mm-hmm.
coming off a great TKO win in her last fight. I think it's just momentum is what I'm going on. Momentum and trajectory, similar to the next fight. You know, to kind of give you a hint on that one, but
Yep.
it's that. Yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. I really liked what I saw on film um, from Ricci
Mm-hmm.
in her recent fights. She's just progressing, you know, and she
Right.
she just fights smart. She knows when to circle on the outside. She knows when to come in and pressure forward.
Mm-hmm.
She just picks her spots very well. She has a very, very high fight IQ. She follows her game plan very well, listens to her coaches very well, and I think you're going to see all that on Saturday. I think Jane Jerobe is just going to be very, do her little kind of bounce in and out, her little weird karate stance, and winging her sloppy punches and throwing her 1-2 combination over and over again. And like I mentioned, she doesn't have that Chase Militia entry on her takedowns. No,
That's
no.
right.
It's bending down at the waist, like she's going, like she's picking up, trash, and then just like, and then kind of taking steps towards you.
It's
That's
always a
not going to
crash.
work. That is
Yeah.
that is not going to work against Tabitha Ricci at
No.
all. Tabitha Ricci, round 3, underdog lock of the week, all day, every day. Let's move on to this main event,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yep.
So we got Renato Moicano at a plus 144
Yep.
and Chris Duncan at a minus 140. I'm sorry, minus 186 now. Now he opened up at a minus 200. So this has been money's been coming in on Money Moicano, and I'm not surprised about it. So what do you see
Yeah.
here?
I know you got Moicano on this one, so I'm gonna
I
have to go
have
with
Duncan.
Duncan. I know.
I
I'm
have
saying.
Duncan.
I'm joking.
Okay. I thought that's
My bad, Doug. No,
no,
it was
no, you're
funny because
good.
I
You
was even
got me.
watching the interviews and stuff, and like you could tell Moicano's got his head in a different space right now too, which actually might be why the odds have dropped a little bit, especially because like when you see the interviews and stuff like that, that's usually when the odds start to play a bit and you start seeing him move around. Like
Right.
they were even like messing with him so bad that like they told him that Bitcoin was going down to 200 a share. Immediately jumps on his phone while he's doing interviews and checks it.
Oh my
Like his mind's
god.
all the way in a different land, bro. It's always on the money,
Yeah.
right? But that being
Yeah.
said, you don't see these like big things in practice. You don't hear about this stuff where he's working on this, he's doing that. Even on his podcast, you hear him talking, just shooting the crap with his buddies and everything else. But
Yeah.
it's always like it's
Yeah.
always that you don't hear about. Hey, I'm doing this. Like even me as a fighter, like you'll hear me bringing up stuff like, oh, I'm doing this in training or anything else or stuff I'm working
Right.
on, like leaps and
Right.
bounds. The biggest thing that is on his mind is either other fighters and what they're doing with their careers,
Mhm.
or what the next thing he can do to make money, or how can I, please the company that is paying me in the first place. I don't see a lot of self ideas or what he's trying to progress. Whereas Duncan, you can hear him talking, oh, I'm going to do this. I love this. I'm going to do this because I love this. I don't care about him being my
Yeah.
teammate. I don't care about him doing this and that. And I think that
Right.
has to play with the fight itself. And I just see him like visually and mentally going in there and just being a smashing machine and potentially getting a finish in the second round, if I had to guess. And if that's the case, and if he does get the finish, it'll be off the cage. I think it'll be strikes.
Yeah, I read it as basically Moicano is going to be a storm early. He has all of his speed and power early. And I don't want to just repeat what I had in my breakdown videos. Just please go back and watch that. But he's got about 2 rounds. He's not a 5-round fighter. Moicano's not a 5-round fighter. It's yet to be seen if Chris Duncan is either, but I like the way Chris Duncan looks in the 3rd round much more than Moicano.
Yeah.
The Benny Dariush fight was a terrible look. I don't know what, like I said, maybe it's not fair to look back on that fight because Benny was on a 2 or 3 fight losing streak. His job was on the line, and he got dropped in that 1st round by Moicano, and it looked like Moicano was going to cruise to a victory and maybe even finish him in the 2nd round. I said in my breakdown, you can go back. I don't know what they put in the water for Benny between the 1st and 2nd round. If you go back and watch that fight, man, please, everybody go back and watch the Benny Dariush and Renato Moicano fight, because Benny came out in that 2nd round like a completely different fighter. Like, I don't know if it was his coaches got up under him or he was, something just snapped, or that, him getting knocked down just woke him up at the end of the 1st round. But he came out and dominated every single exchange from the 2nd round on. And those are the kind of things that I think Chris Duncan can do. I think I think it'll look exactly like that. I think Moicano will probably take the 1st round, probably take the 1st round and a half, and then Chris Duncan will figure it out. Excuse me. That's the kind of fighter he is.
Right.
He goes at his opponent's pace. Look at the Terrence McKinney fight, Chris Duncan's last fight. Terrence McKinney came out hot, caught him with a step-in knee to his right on his chin, was catching him with left and rights, and Chris Duncan was just stumbling all over the place. It didn't look good, but he got a hold of him, got his wits about him, took McKinney down a couple times, landed a nice short elbow, dropped McKinney, locked in a front choke, and that's all she wrote. And and that all happened within 3 minutes. He can adjust, and once he starts getting into a fight, he can figure it out. And that's what I like to see from Chris Duncan. As to where Renato Moicano, he just fades. He fades as fight goes on. Especially as he's dropped his last 2. He hasn't had a win since 2024. He lost his last 2 in the octagon. Plus, he dropped a grappling match. If you go back and look at his Tapology there, I can't remember who was against. So, I mean, his last 3 performances between MMA, his last 3 MMA performances in general, he's lost. So, he's focused, like you said, just to piggyback on what you're saying. He's focused on the podcast. He's focused on being Money Moicano, and he's focused on making that money. Where I think Chris Duncan's focused on getting the win. That's just kind of how I read this fight. So that is, but I will say, Moicano's not bad at a plus 150. I mean, what do you think, Chase?
I mean, it's not bad. If I was going to give it to Moicano, what do they have him by knockout?
Let me pull that up.
That's the only way I really see him finishing Duncan, if I'm being honest. Just catching with like a flash knockout to a TKO.
It's awesome. Plus 800.
I mean,
so you think early? You think early if you had,
it would have to be early. Yeah, it would have to be KO, TKO, 1st round, catches him, flash knockout, and then maybe hits him a few times. Ref jumps in.
1st or 2nd is plus 1400.
First. Is it really? Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to even get more, juicy with Chase's call here, 2nd or 3rd, which isn't that far off from that, because I think regardless, Chris Duncan's going to get into the 2nd round.
Yeah, same.
Plus 2,000. So Renato Moicano by knockout in the 2nd or 3rd round is plus 2,000.
If you're making, I mean, if you're going 2nd or 3rd though, you might as well make that bet about. Pause. 1 second. What's his name? Yeah, Yakoyev, though. If you're going to make that bet, you might as well bet on Yakoyev, too. It's like, I mean, if you want to go KO, TKO, 1st round, Moicano, that one seems fair. If you go past that, though, might be a little crazy because I don't know about that. With Duncan's fighting style, it'd be crazy. I'd blow a gasket. I'll probably call you right after.
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's awesome card overall. That's kind of where I'm seeing the value. I think that's where Chase is seeing the value. I'm going to go back down really quick just to give you my fights to watch here. Bakoyev versus Tresean Gore. That fight's going to end inside the distance. Keep an eye on that fight. Lando Venato versus Darius Flowers. I feel that fight will more than likely end the distance. If not, it's going to be a fight of the night candidate. Pat versus Peterson. That is the only heavyweight fight on the card. You can't. I mean, you got to watch the heavyweights go at it. I mean, that's you just have to.
Mhm.
Tommy McMillan versus Duchenne. So I think that's going to be a finish. Don't want to miss that one. I mean, a minus 1600. You got it. They're saying that's going to finish within minutes. That's what those
Right.
odds are saying. So you got to watch that. Ethan Ewing versus Rafael Estevan. Got to watch that fight. I think that's going to be fight
Mhm.
of the night. And then the main event, Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. I think those guys are going to throw down for as long as it lasts. I do think it's going to go the distance. I'm taking Chris Duncan by decision. I don't think he's going to finish Moicano, but I don't think Moicano's going to have enough to fend anything off after the second or third round. I
Mhm.
think that's where his offense will stop, and he's just going to only be playing defense. Is about 12 to 13 minutes into this fight. I think that's all Moicano's got. So
Yeah.
that's my take on UFC 115. That's Chase's take on the odds. So let's move on into just a quick, brief news story. Let's take the last 5 minutes here, Chase. And you said you
Yeah.
got a little bit more on the fighter pay stuff, right?
So yeah, so I
Why don't
was
you lead
talking to
off
some
on that?
people and everything else, and some people that have recently, coached and cornered for the UFC. So like, I don't know why it's a big article now. And I remember I brought this up to you the other day, and I was like, I remember them talking about this in like 2020 or 2021, saying that like, oh,
Right.
they're gonna do this for the coaches and they're taking it away already. Hey man, that already happened. Yeah, that happened in 2021. It's not happening now. I don't know why the freaking article is big now. It literally when I brought it up before, it already happened. When that happened, they only paid for the main coach. Everybody else has to deal with it. So
That's crazy.
I just don't know why it's getting traction again now when literally that was
So
the
that
thing
was
that already
already in
happened.
place. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that kind of like surprised. I don't know if maybe a fighter got on a podcast or somebody or did like an interview and then it
Maybe.
got some steam that way. But this has already been going on since 2021. Do I think it's right? Not at all. But that
Mm,
being said, it's kind of weird that it got blown up again. And then I maybe because it's Dana White getting backlash right now too, and it's like a lot of people are crapping on him right now between Moist Critical and him going viral in the MMA world now for crapping on Dana and a bunch of the other stuff,
right.
which well
Right.
deserved for some of the stuff he said. It's
He's
crazy
yeah,
that he even
Dana's
went to that.
Dana's just become the get off my lawn guy at this point, man. You hear him in interviews. He's just the guy's so fat, which it's under some of the stuff's understandable. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the stuff that the reporters say. I mean, they're bringing up just garbage that fans are talking
Hmm.
about and complaining about. It's like, dude, don't no one, who cares? Who
Right.
cares? Like, why you're taking your 15 seconds of fame, the question you're getting to
Hmm.
ask at a press conference to talk about a Twitter post, or a fan poll. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Bring better questions, bring better content. Like,
Yep.
that's that's how I feel about it. So I understand where Dana comes from a lot of the times, but man, he's
But
just
can I rebut that a little bit? And I don't mean to cut you off.
go.
Can I just one
No, no,
second?
no, no. I was done.
So the only thing that will give you pushback on it, I think Dana, it's almost like Oral Borealis, or not Oral Borealis, the snake that eats itself, right? So he set himself up in that situation, okay? The reason why I say that is because he got rid of all the hard hitting journalists. Anybody that gave him pushback or any kind of questions and stuff like
Yeah,
that, do you ever see them anymore at the UFC?
yeah,
It's
you're
always the
right.
guys that give him the softballs and throw him like the light shit. Excuse my language, but all the people that throw him the light stuff. And then now, all he gets is stupid questions. What do you think of John Jones saying about this on Twitter,
Right,
Data? What do you think about this Twitter person doing this or that? And then trying to get
right.
clicks, right? You don't get actual journalist questions. Like
It's
the
true.
times that he does like his Zuffa boxing and he gets those interviewers from the real boxing world in there, they eat him alive. And it's absolutely hilarious. I just watch that for the highlights and the clips just to watch him like his brain starts to rattle. And he's like, how can I talk to
Yeah,
them like I do
yeah,
these UFC interviews?
yeah.
These guys are independent. They don't care. They love boxing. They love boxing only.
Right.
Watching him struggle with these guys is like literally eating a piece of candy. I love it so much. It's so funny to me, bro.
That's great. But no, I can't believe that. Hopefully, moving forward, they can do something about that pay, like about just
Yeah.
compensating in some kind of way. Maybe not. Maybe do something where it's everything inside the U.S. is compensated, right? Leaving the country,
Right.
okay, you don't need to cover something like that. That's
At
neither
least,
here nor
and
there.
not for just special fighters. 'Cause I know for special fighters they do get that compensated, but
Yeah,
it's like you got to make it fair, bro. Come on,
yeah,
this is some people. They are a company at the end of the day, and all of us are individual contracted workers. But what's the benefit of working with you? Like
right.
at some points,
Outside of just the brand, right? The
yeah.
UFC brand. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, we perfect, man. We just hit 45 minutes. Think we
Cool.
timed that pretty good. I'm ready for you with Garrett. That's Chase Militia Keebler. Chase, do you got anything else for him?
Nah, stay pretty, folks.
I got, you know what? Hold on. I got one thing for him because we're getting closer and closer. Give us a little bit of info on your fight, April
Oh,
25th. So
awesome.
give us that. Just give us everything on it. Give us
All right,
everything that you
so
got.
Richmond, Virginia, April 25th. So we got about less than 4 weeks out. Feeling pretty good for that. I started the diet heavy this month, and since I put on so much size, I kind of wanted to go super heavy on the diet and stuff. Well,
Yeah.
because I put on so much size and so much more muscle compared to the last one, I am dropping it like that. So my nutritionist actually upped my calories to around 2,800. I was doing a 2,000 just like I normally do with my cut. Well, because of how much mass I got on me now and how much size, I was cutting almost 6 pounds of practice. So funny
Oh,
enough,
wow.
I get to dude, I'm eating. It's awesome. I get to eat. I'm in camp. I'm having a blast. Not to spoil too much, and get too much out there because I will talk about it after the win. My coach and me are really dialing in on some new techniques and stuff that's working on. I feel like the best I've ever felt in my life. Like, not to say anything, and maybe some of the guys I coach and teammates around here, I'll tell them like it is. I only got hit twice out of 8 round like sparring day yesterday. So that being said, these are guys that train with me all the time, and if they can't hit me at all, like we're in the right place at the right time right now.
Yeah, man. I just, not. I mean, you're talking to a guy who's been. How long you been fighting for, Chase, professionally? 20.
Yeah, professionally since 2019, I think, or something, or 2021, something like that.
Right. So I mean, this guy takes
Yeah,
his career very serious. He's right there. He's right there on the brink. I went and watched him fight last year in February, over in, I want to say it was Wayne, Michigan, right?
yeah,
Is that where that
yep,
was at? Against
yeah.
Colin England. Go check that fight out. It didn't go his way, but I mean, he was winning every second until it didn't. So yeah, you look great, absolutely great compared to how you did last year when I came to your gym and whatnot. So
Thank you.
looking forward to your fight. We'll talk about it more on the lives, as it comes closer.
Awesome.
So Chase, where can everyone find you at, and where is that fight going to be streamed at?
Streaming, I don't think they got it 100% locked in yet. Once they do, I'll make sure I'll let everybody know. Maybe I'll even change my handle on our StreamYard and all of our streams so that way they can just
Okay,
check it out there.
sure.
But as for now, just find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I got that too in case you guys want to check it out. I usually post like training clips, stuff like that as well. It's all under CK Militia. You type that in, you're gonna find me.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, this guy's always working, always posting, always staying in contact with me, helping me out with this. So we will be here, hopefully at least once a week. So are
Yep.
Thursdays good for you, Chase, usually?
Thursdays are a little rough.
Or is
Thursday
it
I'm
kind of
usually
hit and
training.
miss?
This is the only Thursday I actually have off, surprisingly.
Okay.
And it's because actually I'm dog sitting. So I got my little puppy. He's chilling out with me
Okay.
right now. My fiance is at home in Michigan. So I was like, I'll take over dog duties and hanging out with the puppy right now. So
Oh, okay.
I took
Okay.
the night off so that way he's not. I've been taking a lot of traveling time and he's been, cooped up. So I wanted him to have a free day.
Awesome, man. I get that. I get that. And what breed?
He is a Bichon Shih Tzu. So actually, my mom's the one who gave him to me because she was breeding her puppy that I got from another teammate. So full circle, like
Wow. That's awesome, man. Okay. Well, we're right at 50 minutes now. So we're
cool.
approaching 50 minutes. So I say that's a good pace, good timing. Don't want to
Yep.
drag on and keep just, tacking on nonsense. So super excited to see you fight in April. We're super excited to see UFC Vegas 115. go check out the breakdown. It's live on the channel now. Have more content coming within the next couple of days, as we always do. More reactions. Sunday, I'm coming solo for round 3 dinner. Chase isn't able to join us.
Sorry.
But no worries, man. We get it. He's living that fighter life. He's got to get ready for his stuff. All good? Nothing else?
Nah, we're good, bro.
All right, man. Let me get out of here. We will see everyone next time in round 3.